Cutting off again. So let's begin where we left off. Naruto, you are so like your mother. Those were the 6 words that stopped Naruto. It also stopped the Genjutsu that had filled the whole area. His mother? What would Orochimaru know about his mother? Even the old man, the Hokage, didn't know anything. Before Naruto could open his mouth, Orochimaru sunk into the ground. Naruto was at a loss. He wanted to go after the Sonic but knew he couldn't. No, he could. No, he wouldn't leave his Heim in a vulnerable state. After sealing the Kusanagi, the unbreakable sword, he gently shook her awake. Naruto, she uncle weakly called, "I'm a little thirsty." He knew what that meant. Walking to Anko, he uncovered his neck and Anko bit down and drank the blood greedily. Naruto wondered if healing blood was a blessing or a curse. Even as Anko moaned in ecstasy, he couldn't decide. "Naruto, what happened?" she asked after drinking her thirst. "Orochimaru got away," Naruto stated. "I'm sorry that I had to use." He couldn't finish. He had broken his promise to Anko. She seemed to understand. "You used the fox, huh?" Anko asked. "So what?" This seemed to throw Naruto in a loop. "I promised that I wouldn't. I made a promise not to use it unless necessary. I made you promise not to use it unless necessary," she spoke. "I say an S-rank ninja definitely accounts as necessary. Don't you think?" Naruto couldn't be happier. Uncle wasn't upset that he broke a promise to her. In fact, she seemed to approve of his actions. It was ruined by a vile spike in chakra. That just happened to be in the area of his teammates. Darn it. "Go," she spoke. "I can take care of myself from here," she assured. "You, on the other hand, have an exam to finish." Naruto felt the area. They were on the way to this spot. Since he felt Yu-Gi-Oh's chakra with them, he didn't mind leaving. Okay, with a kiss, he was off. The snake. The summons needed a break. It had been summoned by his master for a simple task. Eat a child. What does he get? Knocked unconscious. Knocked awake to be a ride. Knocked unconscious when he wouldn't. Suddenly, something fell on his head. "Hey," a familiar voice called. "I know we got on the wrong foot earlier, but..." The snake wasn't listening. Nope. It was getting away from that insane blonde human. Unfortunately, Naruto was still on his head. "Whoa, snake!" Team 7. Sasuke felt great. He had power. It was coming from the mark on his neck. He had been given a power worthy of an Uchiha elite like him, worthy of greatness, he thought. And he had his first prey to try it on. He even had an audience to use it in front of. There was Team 9 and 10, as well as Sakura. Before he could, a large snake bursted into the clearing. It was thrashing around as if it was trying to get something off. That something was a person. "Naruto Uzumaki." "Whoa, snake, whoa," a familiar voice spoke. Drew. A familiar voice spoke. That drew everyone's attention. "Come on, whoa." It was a ridiculous sight. When I say whoa, there was a loud impact sound I mean, whoa. Everyone's sweat dropped as if they had saw Naruto ride a snake before smashing it over the head with a sword sheath. The snake had enough. It dispelled itself. As the blonde stood back up and dusted himself off, he noticed his surroundings. What? He asked innocently. Yosh, Lee shouted. That was a youthful display of youth. Thanks, Lee, Naruto spoke. What happened to you? I was defending Sakura-san, he answered. It seemed to It seemed I must increase my flames of youth. Well, Lee, you did good, Naruto spoke, reaching into his jacket. Here's a turtle. It was a real turtle he had handed to Lee. Thank you, Naruto. Lee spoke through tears. I will forever treat. We are in the middle of something, one of the sound nin spoke, cutting Lee off. If you don't mind leaving, sorry, Naruto spoke. As much as I don't like them, he looked at them. I really don't like them, he added. I need to pass. Baka, screeched the howler monkey. Don't get in Sasuke-kun's way. It finally clicked to Team 10 who this stranger was. Naruto had shown this form to Team 7 and Team 9. Troublesome. That's Naruto, Ino asked. Why isn't he? I'm usually under a hedge when you see me, Naruto answered. Enough of this, Sasuke shouted. I have a fight going on. He looked towards Naruto. In fact, Naruto, I'll test my new power on you first. Charging forward, the Uchiha attempted to end the fight quickly. He was met with the end of Naruto's sheath to his stomach. The pain brought Sasuke to his knees. He gave the blonde the most hate-filled glare ever. Sasuke-kun, Sakura, and Ino shouted, You're in for it now, Baka, Ino spoke. You attacked an ally, that's against the law. If you would have paid attention, Ino pig, Naruto snapped. You would have saw him attack me first. It's still one down, the enemy spoke. Now they attacked Naruto as one. He calmly took his stance. Dance of the poisonous snake. Naruto struck them with great speed and precision. They fell to the ground, holding various parts of their body in pain. It was if an attack had an It was an attack he invented himself. Remember that, guys. Remember. It it was quick. It was it was a quick attack that struck the enemies or enemies deep. The wound wasn't lethal, but if left unattended to, the wound would bleed out. It was born from the idea of a poisonous snake strike being feeble but deadly. Remember, guys, he made this. Remember that for the future. If you don't get attention for that, you'll die, Naruto warned. It won't last. It won't be fast, so you have time, but you'll just bleed to death if left unattended to. All the Konoha teams were shocked at Naruto, especially Team 10. This wasn't the blonde idiot that they knew. This was a shinobi, a killer. Fine. Assumed the leader spoke. We'll leave. Leave your scroll, Naruto ordered. They did. Luckily for Naruto, it was the one he had needed. Hey you, Baka, Ino shouted. I want answers, so start. Ino, Naruto spoke. I have had enough of you, and I could kill you and now without any repercussions. Ino was frozen with fear. It was true, Naruto could kill her during these exams of death. Death wasn't uncommon. It was actually expected. She looked to the ground. It was obvious she would get no help. Uchiha Haruno, Naruto called. Let's go. Wait, you hurt Sakura? Didn't have to finish. Naruto grabbed by the neck and raised her off the ground. He gave her a hate-filled glare. Sakura, I am tired of your fangirl ways, he growled. Since this team formed, you have been useless. It was true. If I had to keep dealing with you, then I'll kill you myself, understand? Yes, she choked out, terrified. Let's go. That's the end of chapter 11. Sorry for making this into a two-parter like last time. If you guys could please like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the what if, it would be greatly appreciated. And thanks for listening or watching.